this composition change?
I don't know anymore, man. I'll just be honest. I don't know what's going on anymore. OpTic is not lost in the sauce. I think they know what they're doing. Clearly, every single comp change they're making. Yeah, they are making the sauce right now. It's ridiculous. So this is going to be Victor's first time playing Raze on Haven, whereas Leaf has a lot of experience, actually. Cloud9 was experimenting with this a lot towards the end of last stage. But it's a fast C-split, already up in Garage with the Boombot.
They do have 3 players here, and you see that Vanity has already rotated over, dropping some utility, but Zappa sticks his barrel into his ear, and it's actually Mitch who gets the opening kill as Zappa pushes his way forward. Kills get traded back and forth. Numbers Cloud9, at least for now. You look at Mitch, gone undetected. Vanity on that breach is already causing problems. Mitch gets 4, Cloud9 get the first.
That was so high-paced, complete difference already from OpTic. Last map, they couldn't really go fast because of the KO knife. That was just denying them the space, denying them the execute potential. This time, right off the bat, they try to go for vintage OpTic C-split that we've seen so many times. Finesse loves this map specifically because that strategy is just so good for him. And it allows him to go for crazy ideas later on. But now, we see already a little bit of the usage here. The aid from Leaf almost takes out Ye. But I was going to wait, double satchel already into the B side as well.
Pace is totally different. Paula, we were talking about it in between maps that the pace has been so slow, but they're looking to speed run their way through this attack half. They're able to keep things back for now. Cloud9 still with all the guns they could possibly want. Mitch gets another kill. He's looking to land the record for the world's fastest tour de force ever. He's now 1 point away from it. Finesse with the spike down in a 2v5, and, well, sure. Why not, right?
Nice. He goes first there, dies, gets that tour de force online. And that's actually huge for what's going to be a super strong bonus now. Not only in chances to win, but also just economically how good it's going to be as well. OpTic gets the spike down, though, so it's a massive buy from them as well. And we'll have to see. They're using the Prowler and the Boombot to take a lot of space at the same time and actively cancel a lot of different angles. I was talking about how on Icebox and honestly Ascent as well, both fade usages, it's really difficult for the Prowler to actually actively clear like everything in a wide open area because it chases only in one direction. Double satchel, grab fall all the way down, aftershock as well to deny that space back, but Victor's just fighting. And the pace that he tries to get on Neon right now, you can see he's trying to do the exact same thing.
It's just not happening. Curry, kills get traded back and forth. A little 1-for-1 is a spike. And the rest of OpTic turn their sight towards the B site.
Where are you?
They're in a spot here, but they're surrounded, man. There's nowhere for them to go.
Player standing.
And the kills again continue to go in favor of Cloud9. Balla, you mentioned how massive of a bonus this was because they could bring in the tour de force. Mitch bought a frenzy. Man, they've got money for days.
Yeah, they do. They absolutely do. And I like the idea from OpTic. After that haunt doesn't get broken, they just walk in, cut noise, and hope to find picks on both sides because neither side is smoked. And it could have worked out. But Cloud9 aware, they just fight with it. And at this point, you start to get a little concerned.
Nah, come on, it's early.
Mostly because Victor's not being able to find, I mean, every single fast-paced thing that they've done, which is their game plan so far in this game, has failed. And it doesn't even look like the idea is good in Leaf. Oh. I talked about it on Icebox, but the chamber nerf is going to really become an effect here on Haven specifically.
Sneaky son of a gun waiting to pounce. You can see the trap, it's set.
He hasn't even placed his alarm bot.
Yeah. Effectively surrounded what remains of OpTic. And again, you see on your screen, folks, it's just pistols. Right? Not a whole lot to fight back with. So it's already an unfair gunfight. And then you've got nowhere that's safe. Off of the utility usage, you see Leaf starting to creep his way forward while the rest of Cloud9 give up the space. They're playing a bit off on A. Now Vanity up in heaven. Oh, there's the flank. It's been spotted.
Planted.
No kill yet. But the thing is, now they have to peel back. They have to deal with what Leaf's going to do, and they do. How much more can they find? Off of that, they've lost control of the site. They've repositioned it. Just 3 that remain, and they're all playing off Victor. Marshall not finding anything. Oh, they killed one. But that's it. Crashy's not going to find anything. Zeppa gets 4 on the round as Cloud9 matched that number.
Leaf for so long heard everything in that round. The one worry they have is Curry staying over towards C. He has to be jump spotting long C. But everything else he can hear. And all the footsteps that they were making along for the longest time allows them to just make the right plays. He goes for the flank. And 3 players from OpTic have to fall off to deal with him. And that gives time for the retake to actually happen now. Again, going for this A short, grab well. Fault line 2. Satchel's in from Victor.
And you got to commend them on it. They know what they're about. They know what they want to try to do. But you have Mitch's op. And 2 targets just on the other side of the wall. A knee!
Okay. Face your fear!
Made believe. Yeah, I believe this is also the first time OpTic have had an opener.
Super clean, and if anything, what we saw on that first map, or the second map, could lead to a round win right here. And this time they're much further spread, and there's no flank that they have to deal with, so people can be on point, on target.
And they have a Rolling Thunder, they have the Cosmic Divide, they still have Crashy's utility to work with. They're going to have to get through so much if they want to get a chance at this thing, or Vanity just tries to sig it. Why not? Because he just swings out in the open and then he drops Victor. How are Cloud9 doing this? Crashy's just going to have to get more, but he's going to spam through the box. He falls. How have they gotten it to this? But it's Yay in a 1v1.
This TP's way too far.
Yeah, but there's not enough time. Zeppa just has to stick it. He's got to push the fighter. He's got to get out, and that's exactly what he's going to do. That was way closer than it should have been.
Oh, the TP actually allows him to get the final kill, too. Oh, that Rolling Thunder put Vanity in such an insane spot. After they know he tapped the spike, he's just on top of a box inside of A. Right here. Vanity gets ulted. He lands on top of the box.
Player standing.
Just like they drew it up, I'm sure.
Yeah. And they do convert that first kill. This time it was Marv just cleanly walking up on the angle. Denying any peeker's advantage from the op of Mitch.
Yeah, I'd love to have seen his POV there. He couldn't have seen much.
Smoke denies the entry from the Boombot. We've seen them pair that with a Prowler in certain cases. This time they don't, so they don't manage to take it. And Trailblazer to re-clear that space.
And Baller, we have to draw attention to the fact that the tempo has totally changed.
Absolutely has.
And this is much more Ascent and Icebox.
But given the position of Mitch,
I dropped the spike.
this is going to explode really fast because they know they're going to rotate off of the fact that he's playing long A, spotting the cross.
Satchel out.
Instead, they go for the same A-long protocol that they did last round that netted them the round win, but it's 40 seconds left in the round.
And they don't have a Rolling Thunder.
And that's a lot of utility being used right now. They're going to use the Cosmic Divide to try to take the site. But this is so late.
30 seconds left.
Again, the dump of utility is gorgeous to watch, but can they get the space that they need? Zappa's already fallen. Victor gets the opener. So far, so good. 13 seconds left, though.
10 seconds left.
There's enough delay. And he had a paranoia in his face, but a bit later than expected, but they do manage to get the spike down. And you wonder here if you're Cloud9, I mean, I guess you're up, but you've got an op. Yeah, it doesn't look like they want to play this at all.
Yeah. And as OpTic just got the last round win as well. Wanted to reset, starting to accrue the loss bonus. They definitely want to hold on to these. With so much still to play for, I'm actually surprised Marv was able to get out that Gravwell nade combo in the back of sight in time. He only had 2 stars when it started. Either way,
I'll find you.
once again, fantastic taunts coming out from Crashies. They've really done their homework. He's landing on top of that box on the right side of your screen right there. And clearing a lot of sight. Being able to even spot some players if they're not tucked back sight. And a little bit into dark too. So strong. And you talked about the pace too. That was a 40-second left A long take. Let alone the hit that came at 30 seconds. It still works out for them. There's so much utility that Cloud9 has to fall off sites in certain cases. And that's exactly what happens there. Nobody's able to help the players who are actually defending.
Rinse and repeat. Prowler into short. Double satchel to take a main space.
Bravo long. And I do like what Mitch is doing, but I want to see them go further, Cloud9. When this A protocol has happened, they really haven't been exploring any other sides of the map, and it almost always so far has ended in a hit. And with the information that he has, I think he can almost confirm that again. Same thing because Leaf is all the way up in Garage. Curry, not really quite sure where he wants to play.
I mean, the Prowler, you see the Astro Stars go down. Now you've got the flashes. You're right, Mitch still moving a little slowly, but Vandy's able to hold fast, at least initially. Spike goes down. They're going to be able to pick it back up, though, and reaggress. Seekers pushing them back. And if they can't get past this, they're going to have to deal again with the flank of Mitch. Like we saw a couple of rounds ago, it was Leaf who was the nuisance, the gnat that they had to try to get rid of. Oh, the role has changed. The problem is the same. Victor manages to get the spike down.
They can't plant in the conventional position that they've been trying to do, which is for A long, but Victor pops his ult and delays a little longer.
Marv is ready for it, man. He knows. He's waiting.
He wins another nasty angle fight.
The thing is, as the defenses start to weaken on the site, you've got to reposition, but they seem to be holding up okay. Marv and Crashies, the only 2 that are left. And Marv again in a position to cause heroics. He snaps around, but Mitch right in between the eyes. Crashies left in a 1v1, and the new star for Cloud9 wins it out again.
Team A.
Patient on that flank. Super patient for Mitch. And it works out. Because Marv's not able to pull out another nasty shot. Again, though, they continue to go for that A-long control, and it just continues to go into that ridiculous A execute. The exact same thing as on Ascent. All right, they're a completely different team when it comes to these executes this year. Over and over and over, they're hitting the site and not having anybody be able to do anything. That time, Finesse gets his, or not Finesse, Vanity gets a kill inside that smoke, but he's left isolated. Nobody's there to help him because everybody else has to fall off site. But the retakes and the trademark push or change from actually Cloud9 working out really, really nicely. 2 times when they've actually gotten that flank off. And this time too, the control they had long C with the info they had inside a garage.
We get another technical pause coming through as they come in 3s, or so they say, which should mean, I may be jinxing us, that we shouldn't have any more. But alas, there was another disconnect. We'll get back into it as soon as possible. This is off of the backs of OpTic calling a timeout, and you can't help but wonder, Bali, you're right, they continue to slam their head against this proverbial wall on A main as they try to fight for control. They've changed tempo, and while they've had some mixed success, the timeline really tells the whole story. It's not working.
Yeah, getting sight. But Cloud9 able to defuse 3 times. And they really haven't worked the map like they normally do on this, right? Oftentimes, sure, they go for a lot of the same stuff that we're seeing, controlling A lobby, but they pivot. They're able to pivot. They're able to throw fakes. We're just not seeing that so far. It honestly feels like they're, in some cases, in these first 2 matches so far, both against FaZe last week and this week, scrimming it out. The way that they're just executing over and over. Super interesting. And if the other group has something to say, it's going to be close this season. This is going to be the closest stage of the year.
You know, we've talked so much, Bala, about how coming off of their win in Reykjavik, OpTic obviously stood atop of the world. And you wonder, coming into this, back into a domestic setting, is there an element of complacency? It's been so difficult historically in the short time span that we've had for teams to repeat, right? To reestablish dominance after reaching the top of that mountain.
Yep.
And OpTic, they seem so hungry just in their innovation, man. Think about all the stuff that we've already seen out of them in just 2 weeks of stage 2, and you look at that and you go, yeah, they are fully committed to reinventing the game, to setting the pace, and to reaching that apex yet again. Yeah,
and it's super interesting because at the same time, they're doing it within patch changes, right? Within changes within the game itself, forcing, for example, EA to completely commit to Chamber this season, for Crashies to pick up the Fade as well, for them to drop Sova entirely. We haven't seen that agent from them so far. I mean, that is crazy in and of itself. Hungry is definitely a word I'd say, or I'd use to describe it, but it's really hard, you're right, to actually execute it. And right now, they've already lost one map. They're down on this map too. Only a set went their way. Final map, down 3 rounds in the first half. And finally, we're seeing back towards that garage split. Fast 2 Prowlers, Boombot inside of garage.
And look at Cloud9 taking space A main. I mean, almost gladly, as soon as they feel pressure on the western side of the map. They reaggress elsewhere. It looks like the spike is going to end up B, though. The question is, do they try to push through into A-Link? Look at Leaf. Leaf's in a great spot, but Ye snaps on him and drops him. And he continues to push forward, hunting and trying to find another. The Trailblazer's going to push him back, though. And now the Rolling Thunder.
He gets away from that, though.
Yeah. You can tell they have traps on the other side too. Crashies is posted up in C-Link. But the paranoia in his face, and Crashies gets it anyway. Spike ticking away through all of this as the members of Cloud9 just kind of dissipate. Very well played by OpTic.
They just walk up into the B site, pick one player off. That's Leaf. Ye hit the nastiest flick on them, but I do have to think, especially given how everything else is played in this round. Actually, no, there was some space between him and the next player. So Leaf could have seriously done some damage if Ye doesn't flick him, but best players in NA for a reason. And I think definitely after that timeout, after the extended tech as well, let's spread the map a little bit more. Let's try to actually catch and force Cloud9 to be making these push and pulls on other sides of the map. Fast though through B with the double satchel.
Paranoia in his face. Victor has to drop the nade to create some space. As the spike doesn't make its way in, it's going to reposition towards garage, and that's where Curry's waiting. He's just got nothing but a frenzy though, man. Well, that seems to be okay for now.
I was going to say
Flick is pretty.
Not close enough to actually trade that there, but at least he makes it happen.
Upgraded a weapon. It's a 3v3 here, but they only have one rifle.
Curry spots 2 with that.
Now they've got flashes to work off of. They've got the fault line too. The fault line, the flash to swing out. Skills get traded back and forth. Vandal's still in play for Cloud9 as they looking to bring this thing back. Curry not able to land the shots as Crashies controls the spray and gets OpTic to 4.
They just walk their way up. After a lot of pressure in B, they pull the rotative Curry off. And I believe Zeppa as well. So that they have to rotate towards B. And then they just take garage and they work up C. Really nice stuff from OpTic, pulling them in different directions. And that's what I need to see from Finesse's calls. That's what I need to see from OpTic if they want to win this game. But look at this. Leaf wants to walk down mid while Mitch holds his B window. And that might give him a massive flank on the fast push that OpTic wants to do towards C.
And you see Zeppa just flashed out of garage to get info too and to create some space, so they know that that area is safe. See the ult come through. They're going to take C, and it's going to be for free.
They're not capitalizing on that flank early as well. That space was taken. No damage done.
Boy, that was close. Now you see the rolling thunder come through as it's going to push them back. It's 3. They have info. They have a really good idea of where most of these players are, Ball. This is going to be a very difficult retake.
They're just denying so much space, too. There's a stun still available from Marv behind the wall.
So much delay as it's inevitably going to erupt out of garage as kills go back and forth. Zeppa with 2 big ones. As Crashes backside. 1, 2, 3! How much more can he find? Oh, it's Ye who gets it at the end. That hold from Crashes was insane.
They set him up for it. Yeah, another player peeking early, gets picked off, and then Cloud9 lackadaisically walks in the back of sight. And I have to say, Marv as well, the delay finesse too, the rolling thunder into spawn to break up that hit that was coming through. Right before that, the player dies in that exact spot. So why would you check it again? Because of just that. Crashes holds strong. And ever since they've swapped off of this, they've won 3 rounds in a row now in OpTic have. After that timeout.
Oh, I'm so freaking excited. We promised the people at Gigabanger, and for maps 1 and 2 were both pretty lopsided slaughters, but this is shaping up to be the perfect cap to this series. Between these 2 heavyweight teams, Cloud9 with a very broken bye here, so they shouldn't be able to get much going their way. But of course, nothing's guaranteed in this game.
It's just so nice to watch these 2 teams play early in the seasons. Last season we had to wait till playoffs till it happened. And OpTic took the win there in a 3-map series. Now we get to gauge the strength of both of them as we watch this anti-eco for OpTic. It hasn't been pretty with them so far this series, but with the first kill starting off down on short, it's much better as the approach is going to be a good read again over towards B.
Victor dashes forward, Mitch falls instantly, but the kill's traded. Curry! Oh, I had a position to get more. There's just not a whole lot of time here, man. They're going to have to go fast. Marv with 3 on the round so far, but the spike just out of reach. He's going to have to hurry up.
Oh, that's...
Is he going to be able to get down? Oh, Vanity kills it at the end. How does the round end that way? The Red Bull clutch off of pistols, the aftershock. What?
I was laughing there right before the execute actually happened over towards C because I said, it looks like they're going to make the right read and go B. But then they second-guess themselves again. And this aftershock, how does that kill him? It's coming through the wall at logs. He's playing B. Come on, man.
Let's start this party.
And they're going back to same old faithful, which hasn't been so faithful so far this game.
Tilt a little bit this time. You hear the tour de force was used at the opener of the round. Leaf has his showstopper too, and that's exactly where OpTic seemed to want to go. Mitch not able to land the opening shot. Leaf patient. Well, there goes that showstopper, but they're not going to give him anything. Oh. No shot. Ye gets that through the smoke.
Trailblazer re-clears long as well, but Marv's going to take that time to actually lurk up into Mitch's op. And again, he just stops once he spotted him.
What a shot out from Marv! And now Curry's going to rotate over.
You want to fight it?
Oh,
or at least it looks like he's still thinking twice about it. They're not fully sold that this is where the hit's going to be. The Cosmic Divide comes out, and they quietly creep their way forward on the other side of that wall.
Zap, I can't believe he's here. Are they going to check this? Are they going to double push through this with a flash or something? No, they're just going to go for the spike plant.
And they have no idea. I guess they could assume the flash, the snap, the kill. Oh, but Curry gets it to a 1v1. Again, the new player for
Vandal.
Cloud9 in a 1v1 against arguably considered the best player in North America. Silence breaks as he clears out the rendezvous, and now Curry repositions around Dice into the smoke.
Oh my
And no
God.
way, like two ships passing in the night. The tap, the swing around, but Ye seems to be gets the positioning. He does. He gets the third on the round, and we're tied up at 6 apiece. Again, we promised you a Gigabanger, friends. Haven is delivering. Do not go anywhere. Cheeks in the seats. We'll be right back. This is exactly what everyone wanted and anticipated. When you look on the calendar and see these two teams, this map is what you would expect. It's going to be a race to the finish as we're tied up 6-6 at half. I am Doug, and with me is Bala. Bala, now we get to see Cloud9 on attack, and it looks like they're going to try to push mid right off the bat.
Yeah, definitely. But still want to also put that fault line down towards A, deny Ye the space to watch that. I'm more interested in where Victor is going to play, because when I saw this comp immediately, I'm thinking, okay, they've got basically 2 Gravwells in the C's.
Yeah.
And if they pair that up nicely with either fault line or also Victor's paint shells, raise nades, that could be devastating if he's in the right place at the right time.
A little bit of info gathered. Victor feeling the pressure coming his way.
Grenade!
No way, Leaf reaggresses into this.
It's
I know,
crazy.
They're refusing to give up an inch, and Victor wins out that duel.
And he thinks that that nade is going to actually hold the space for him, but instead Victor actually takes advantage of that. So, right down to a spike plan on B.
So these nerdy little micro fights go down. It looks like another one is due in Garage. The Haunt breaks the crosshair placement, but Vanity's there to clean things back up. A little bit of utility push crashes off. Meanwhile, through
flank.
all of that, the spike was planted. And it's just ticking away. Look at that. They just want to take the fight. Oh, and Zeppo was on the flank. Yay on the tap finesse. He's going to have to clear out everything headed his way. A 2v2 here remains on the site. And Mitch in a great position to deny this, but he's got to land the shots onto finesse first. He does.
So many bullets still.
Chamber duel here, and Mitch wins that out onto Ye. Cloud9 won the pistol in the second half.
And they were spread so well on that one. After actually Mitch walks in and taps the spike plant, they realize, hold on, OpTic's not challenging this. What they are challenging is Garage. And while that worked out for OpTic at the beginning, especially after they push out and Crashes gets another kill with his Haunt, they actually make the call for Zeppa to flank around, who's 17-9 right now, by the way.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Cleans up the last kill in Garage, and at that point, they have to play those long-range retake angles on B, which are close to impossible.
Blinded.
Not much of a buyout from OpTic here.
No. But what they are doing is really taking space early. You saw that immediate Haunt over towards A main, not broken. So that allows them to walk all the way up because they know there's nobody in lobby, but still. This hit continues.
I mean, there was just no place that was safe there. You saw Marv was in a world of hurt. Pinched in from Garage and long.
Last player
Almost a
standing.
surgical take out from Cloud9. And now Ye's left in this one before he has 4 bullets left to the Headhunter. It's going to have to be perfect here.
You know what I miss?
What's that, Paula?
Yay on Haven with a Marshall. I know the headhunter's
It's
good,
pretty
man,
good.
but I just, there's something about that.
Poor guy managed to get all the way up to upgrade the weapon too and just get spammed through the smoke at the end.
That was nice. Still from Cloud9 on the anti-eco, recognizing, okay, they give up some space over towards A lobby, let's just take the rest. And the fact that Zeppa's already in Garage while all that's happening too, not Zeppa, sorry, Leaf in Garage, is super strong to add to that execute when all the utility's coming out.
That's a good spot.
And now we actually will swap over to this A-long control. That's awkward.
You want to play? Let's play.
Grenade!
Takes a little bit longer than anticipated, but Leaf manages to get where he was looking to go. Also, have to draw attention to the fact that Mitch, again, early in the half, has a tour de force to work with.
Yeah, the same situation that happened last time, right?
Yeah.
On their bonus. He's playing so well. And a lot of people say Leaf Zeppa always on this team. But Mitch is a close second, in my opinion.
Yeah, put him on notice. Often goes under the radar.
And he does go under the radar. In this straight up into B. Much like what was happening on Icebox. Over and over. In that case, it was Leaf exploring those angles, but this time Mitch too. He gets a Vandal to actually add to this flank. This is crazy.
He's got, oh man. Info, 1, 2, easy.
Round's over. It's just over. I mean, what a flank. The pick originally finds the finds
30 seconds
the
left.
chamber before the trademark goes in, and he just walks in. Actually, is there anything? I don't even know, man. That's just such good game sense.
And you see it on both sides, right? Like you look at the setup there. You even take a look at what just happened, where they denied or delayed the plant just long enough for Vanity to go ahead and farm the orb, get one step closer to the Rolling Thunder, and then plant the spike. It's very clear to me right now that Cloud9 have a read on the game. They're maximizing every single area that they can. In economy, in ultimate economy, they're getting everything they want right now.
Yeah, but also OpTic there. I mean, they know they lost the pick on B, right? They know that. They know that there's potential for somebody. I think maybe I have to wait for the replay, but
You don't have everything memorized.
I'm really wondering if there's something wrong with that trademark.
One enemy remaining.
Hopefully we'll be able to take a look here. See, because no, I think you're right.
Because there's no reason for Finesse not to be aware of that after he gets that kill. So, first kill, yeah, okay. Look. This trademark's a little too far. Yeah, he's still alive in that corner. And that's why Finesse is not looking. Slight blunder there. And it cost them the entire round. Curry smoked it, actually.
Yeah, he's fitting into this Cloud9 roster just fine. Bit of delay here as OpTic look to fight for A main control. Just one rifle in the hands of Marved. And they've taken some space. Now Cloud9 understanding there's at least that. There is at least one Vandal in the opposition's hands.
Rotating all the way back. Rolling Thunder here from Vanity. Going the opposite side of the Vandal too, and Leaf is so far in, but the flash misses.
Yeah, he was able to find one with the Headhunter. He still has 7 bullets to work with. And again, it's an issue of a flank, man. And again, it's unexpected, it's unplanned for, it's unmitigated as Mitch gets 3.
Over and over, he's just hitting this timing, but it's still a 1v2. And Curry's got the great position to shut it down. Marv can't check that at the same time. He's clearing so many different angles. Well played. Again from Curry. You're talking about fitting right in. Really, there hasn't been much to criticize for this kid. And that's the flash a little too far away from the angle that EA is holding. Still, though, convert the round either way.
4 rounds of this half go in favor of Cloud9, and OpTic throw the brakes on this thing. Try to think through what needs to change in their approach, because for all intents and purposes, it's just been fumble and stumble the second half for OpTic.
And again, I was talking about a lot. I was thinking a lot of combinations here possible for OpTic. This is a comp that I think should fare decently well on defense, but right now they're just exploring the holes that are left when you don't have that second trademark. And Mitch is 19-8. He's the guy who's exposing it. You have to be a little bit more aware here as OpTic. They're getting stretched way too thin. They've swapped over Leaf in this case, who's been playing a lot of Garage. Not Leaf, Victor. Towards long A. And And there's a seize, there's a nade, but there's just nobody there. A combination just doesn't work out for OpTic. If Mitch finds another opening here on this B side, I'll get concerned here. Finesse is playing the great angle, though, to get actually the one player who's going over top. Finesse through. He's gotten close to this. Got the spike. But they trade everything. It's all gone. Pick up the spike, though. And Mitch out of there with the rendezvous. We're watching now. Vanity fall all the way back with the spike that he just picked up. But Victor's in such a good position still, and he's got the showstopper. Meanwhile, Mart is pushed down long C. And the angle is devastating. Gets one. Gets away. And even still, if they approach, he's got the showstopper to deny.
30 seconds left.
OpTic getting their way back into this. Here it is. Nothing found, though. Mitch very low. Still crashes, is here in time. And again, Marvis on the flank, holding this down. 15 seconds. It looks like Cloud9's going to opt to not go for this.
Pulling them in. 10 seconds left.
Get back to 7 rounds now. Still a long way to go, though. Money not a problem here. Too much for Cloud9. Whereas on the other side for OpTic, it is. Have to string some together. Where economically it's going well. And even that round, Mitch is trying to take advantage of the fact that he is really exposed when you're playing in the new patch, in the new era, where Ye has to peek one side, or he got the opening kill last round, but then go cover another area because the trademark's broken or whatnot. And again, look at the difference between OpTic and Cloud9, the way that they're taking long A.
There.
Leaf is committing to it himself ahead of the utility. Oh, gorgeous flash, but Victor gets the better of him. I'm not sure about this. Rolling Thunder to try to group up and find a couple in a lobby, thinking that they're committing down sewers. And all it does is actually push Cloud9 back. They wait it out. Clear back long A. And I'm interested here because Marv just put a smoke down on long C, the top of it, deny vision. And Mitch has walked in. They're smoking the trademark again, but this time Ye hears it. This time Ye hears it. And he actually uses that information to walk down garage because he knows there's players exploring there.
And they've taken A control too. How do they deal with that trademark left on the other side?
30 seconds.
Cloud9 starting to smoke up backside. Ye's still there. He's still in garage. Oh, Ye's able to get a second, and he might get a chance at a third, but no, it's Finesse who cleans up Zeppa. A prime gaming flawless coming out for OpTic.
And look at that. The solution is just to stay near the trademark for Ye, not use it across the map. And it's funny because for the longest time it's been, let's put our trademark on the other side of the map. Let's use it to hold the spot passively.
30 seconds left.
But with the reduction,
Spike down, C.
and also just the way that Cloud9 is trying to abuse it so hard. It's better now to stay close to it. Make sure you have eyes on it. Make sure you're actually checking it every once in a while. This is what Mitch was doing on that first half, by the way. Walking down long C. This time it's going to be Ye. And I think Ye, in these cases, gets a little bit more aggressive than Mitch was.
He's tucked his way into Cubby. Still has that operator to work with. While the rest of Cloud9, again, test the waters into garage. They're also in a position here where they're starting to worry about the flank. You see the Trailblazer has just cleared out a short. And they fully spread out here, Ball. They have some options.
Stopping with the exploration of Mitch, though. He's got to lead the charge into Ye here. Ye has a TP set up.
The flash is too deep. You don't clear out Cubby. And Ye gets a massive kill on Dezeppa. How much more can he find? He repositions back to safety. You've got Victor, who's playing longs. Victor's able to take care of one. Curry falls. Spike has been delayed up until this point as Victor finds a second, and Victor and Ye single-handedly keep Cloud9 back. Another Prime Gaming flawless comes through.
And it looks like they found the keys. That one, a gorgeous C-hold. From the start, Ye gets the first pick, and Cubby TPs away. Then there's actually Victor comboing with Mards, a grab well on the outside of this. And the satchel play from him, fantastic too. Look, it gets pushed into him. Just beautiful stuff getting that satchel right behind him. And they're really closing the gap now.
I mean, the gap is really, for all intents and purposes, gone at this point. Cloud9 call a timeout as they feel the control of this game, of the series, potentially slipping through their fingers. They still have a lead. It's a narrow one at that. But a lead nonetheless.
Cloud9 now looking for another answer, right? Before it was let's smoke the trademark. Let's really work at it. Let's expose the gap in B. But they know those answers are not always going to be there for them. They're not just going to be able to walk up Mitch. So what is the answer? I think a lot of it stems from the way that they were playing along and being able to push the pace slightly. But economy low again, but they're going for it, Doug. They just always go for it. Their buy rate on low eco situations must be insane. 2 Vandals, 2 Stingers, and a Frenzy in this round.
I think the one question left to be answered is, will it pay off?
Yeah, but look at OpTic. They're walking down long C again. Yay, in a more aggressive angle this time. And Victor hides his way through. The flash doesn't catch him. This is so good from Victor. Great angle. And this setup is meant to trap them. If Ye TP's away, though, they didn't have the wherewithal to clear him last time. This time it'll be Marved to follow up.
You wonder if Curry paranoias Cubby again because they're expecting him there. Yeah, you can't keep getting away with this, man.
Yeah, he's walking with his knife out.
Oh.
Yeah.
They just fall asleep.
I mean, it's a great setup still from OpTic.
Right there.
I'm still interested. What was the idea from Cloud9 here as they approach B again? Because Spike was here the entire time.
One enemy remaining.
Finesse in a spot to try to hold. He's able to find one for his troubles, but that's it. We're tied up at 10 apiece. And it was all off the beautiful traps from OpTic.
Exploration long C coming way too late. Also, this slight miss flashed against Victor, who's on top of everything. Re-exploring mid after he tucks himself away in a spot that can't be seen from window. And Cloud9 again. No spike plant that time, but light buy that they had last time still affords them money, especially with Mitch's tour de force. And there it is, the Seize nade combo again, but never has Cloud9 been caught by that.
No, Leaf just satcheled his way through it. A smoke keeping him apart, away from this operator that's currently holding this angle. You can see it, it snaps, it dissipates. And with that, so does Leaf's life. Victor's able to find another. No way, Ye gets another on that. And now they can push their way forward, and OpTic once again, the green wall holds fast.
Ye and Victor have stepped it up in these last couple rounds. Ye's gotten the first kill the last 3. And Victor as well, combining with him. It's just so good. Mitch has to recover the spike. And there's a 3-way player crossfire.
Would have been cool. It would have been cool, but OpTic take the lead for what I believe is the first time all map, if I'm not mistaken. It's been close, and it felt like Cloud9 was starting to pull away, but boy, have OpTic taken over. And you mentioned it, Bala. Ye and Victor have seemingly put this thing on their back.
Yeah, they have. Marv too. I mean, everybody's combining at this point. But those two guys in the last 3 rounds, since they've taken the lead, have been phenomenal. Once again, light buyout from Cloud9.
I'll find you.
Instead of going for that A lobby C's nade combo, they're just walking A up in a 4th position in 4 rounds. But they're walking long A this time. This could be terrible. They could get trapped. None of them got stunned by that, though.
Oh, Rolling Thunder, the paranoia went wide too, but the showstopper does not. Now without taking one with him, Marv just worked his way forward into Link. He's going to clear out the Trailblazer. Showstopper gets traded out, not going to find the value, but that's because the kill went down anyway. OpTic, again, in a position where they lose very little. They're poised to walk away with the win. Mitch in a position here to make something happen, but it's not going to. Victor gets OpTic to 12. I mean, OpTic have looked in world-class form in the second half.
Yep. Well, at the beginning of the second half, it didn't look great. The way they were getting exposed by that trademark smokes.
Yeah, the second half of the second half.
The second half of the second half. This quarter? Does that work?
Yeah, we'll go with quarter. Yeah, quarter. Yeah, I think quarter's right. Yeah.
Either way, it's match point, man. And again, no solutions to Ye's swapping of positions. And the nice part about it is a lot of times, at least when he's exploring A, he's cautious at first, and then he takes a lot of space. And that's to counter and hold on for at least double satchels. In some cases, he's getting a lot of space fast. Crazy part, too, is they're doing this without any re-exploration utility. All they've got is the Haunt and the Prowlers. You see one go out, be there. But much different than what you're used to seeing on Haven with the Sky or the Sova.
Kennedy doubling down, pushing past the trademark. Marv waiting on the other side. Now you've got ults to deal with, and my goodness, this could be a slaughter. Yeah, it looks like Leaf has already fallen too.
They're stuck in Garage. Meanwhile, they're playing retake on the site. But they've got Finesse's Breach ult. And they've got a Cosmic Divide too. Any time that they don't spend getting the spike down is going to cost them right now. Zeppa's position is crucial. He's going to fight a grass push though.
He's got to fight more than one. He's got to find more than one. There it is, the first, but he's expecting push coming in the other way.
It's gorgeous from Finesse. The fault line too to clean him up.
Mitch able to take care of Crashies. They're staying alive in this thing, at least for now. Curry in a good spot.
Oh, I think
he's going to have to go heroic. It's a 1v3. He waits.
Oh, no.
So patient. 1, 2. Oh, Finesse gives him a shoulder, and he's just going to challenge it. Swings out, and he's going to get the kill and the defuse. The Kings of North America get pushed, but they punch right back.
Finesse closing out there in the final moments against Curry, who had a fantastic opening series, even though they end up going down. OpTic lose the first map, and then they come clawing back with 2 cringe